Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining the session today. My name is Akshay Kumar and lead the MuleSoft practice here in North America for Capgemini. And today I'm going to share our MuleSoft-based food delivery in a box solution that helps restaurants connect with delivery service providers of their choice, not only faster, but also in a secure, scalable, and reliable manner. But before we get there, I wanted to give you a quick introduction to our MuleSoft alliance and capabilities. We have been working with MuleSoft as a partner since 2013, and since then, we've been growing by leaps and bounds. We have more than 1,100 MuleSoft resources, out of which around 800 plus are MuleSoft certified. We've done some of the most complex MuleSoft implementations across the globe. We own, manage, and operate one of the largest MuleSoft deployments in the world. In terms of service offerings, we are a one-stop shop for our customers. We provide them with services ranging from API strategy and advisory services to build-in migrations to managed services support and everything else in between. From an agenda perspective, I will start off with a quick overview of the food delivery market and the business opportunity as it exists today. I will then get into the solution overview and solution details and cover the benefits of the solution we have developed. I will wrap up the session with some data points around the value that Capgemini and MuleSoft bring to the table for our customers via the solution, and we'll leave you all with the contact information for any further questions or clarifications that you may have around the solution. So with that, let's talk about why food delivery is so important. At its simplest, it provides customers easy access to the menu, which in turn enables increased revenue for the restaurants. It most definitely is a very convenient way for customers to order food without compromising quality. This couldn't have been more true than in the current circumstances we are all in. Food delivery services also help restaurants cut down on the delivery costs, since the restaurants don't have to manage the logistics and the costs in terms of owning the fleet of vehicles and or delivery staff, etc. Which means it also lessens the administrative work for the restaurants. And the restaurant operators can focus on their core competency of operating their restaurants and not worry about managing delivery, operations, and logistics, etc. The chart on the slide captures how prevalent the delivery services have become today globally. It shows you the number of restaurants that key delivery service providers like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, etc., are serving in different regions across the world. In a research done by McKinsey, online food delivery market is expected to register 60% growth by 2020. It has also been reported that restaurants that hired Grubhub saw around 30% increase in their takeout orders. And at an industry level, restaurants are experiencing direct revenue growth from these delivery services, and this revenue growth is touching around 20% across the industry. From a market opportunity standpoint, platform to customer delivery revenues are expected to be around 60 billion in 2020, growing rapidly to touch around $86 billion mark in 2024. As things stand today at a global level, most of the revenue is generated in China, which is around 33 billion in 2020, which is followed by US and India. Here's a quick snapshot of how the different players performed in March of this year. As you can see, DoorDash earned 42% of US meal delivery sales, while Grubhub and its subsidiaries took in 28%, and Uber Eats was third with around 20% of the market space. The bottom chart also shows you how fast the complexion of this market is changing, wherein around 2018, Grubhub was the leader, which since then has been outpaced by DoorDash in terms of market share. Finally, just to provide everyone with a broader view of food delivery service providers in major countries, you can see that there are quite a few regional players in the world as well. For example, there's Glovo in Spain, there's Grab in Singapore, or Deliveroo in UK, etc. We at Capgemini have experience integrating with most of these major delivery service providers, and our solution built on an API-led architecture enables restaurant operators to integrate with any such delivery provider with simple configuration and extension. With that, let's get into our next section and talk a little bit more about our solution itself. In today's day and age, from a technology perspective, there are a few imperatives that all major QSRs are concerned about. For starters, all the major restaurant chains are innovating quickly to keep pace with customer expectations and customer demands. Security of customer data is a key concern across retail industry in general. Scalability and reliability of the platform is another critical factor, especially during major sporting events like Super Bowl or special days like Thanksgiving Day or New Year's Day or Christmas Day, so on and so forth. Ability to add new channels like smartphones or kiosks, ability to onboard new partners like Grubhub or Deliveroo or Uber Eats, ability to integrate new devices like virtual assistants, etc., are foundational to the revenue growth of these QSRs. To make things more complicated, there needs to be a strong integration between delivery service providers and restaurants' order processing systems, point of sale systems, kitchen management applications, menu data management systems, and so on. In a traditional integration architecture, where systems are tightly coupled via point-to-point integrations, integrations with new DSPs like Uber Eats or Grubhub and or adding newer channels like virtual assistants requires development effort from scratch. This tightly coupled and brittle architecture further complicates security, governance, management, and monitoring, and leads to high administration costs and operational costs for the restaurant owners. To solve for these typical challenges, Capgemini has partnered with MuleSoft and designed this API-led solution. Capgemini's food delivery in a box solution is built on MuleSoft's Anypoint platform. It leverages MuleSoft's three-layered API architecture. And like I mentioned before, the solution, which consists of reusable API framework, has been reviewed and approved by MuleSoft. The solution review provides integration support for some of the most common DSPs in the world, like Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Deliveroo, Delivery Hero, and so on. In alignment with MuleSoft's three-layered API architecture, the integrations are designed and broken down into experience layer APIs, which are the APIs that interact with ordering channels such as mobile, web, virtual assistants, or interact with DSPs such as Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and others. Process layer APIs, which contain the data orchestration logic, and system APIs that integrate with the various restaurant systems and applications like order processing systems, POS, menu data management systems, and so on. The solution leverages robust security, governance, and management capabilities that MuleSoft platform provides, and can be deployed on any of the MuleSoft supported deployment models, i.e. Cloud Hub or private cloud or on-premise. Now that we've covered the solution reference architecture, let's check out some of the finer details of the solution. At the highest level, there are three aspects to the solution. On one hand, you have the delivery service providers or the DSPs like Grubhub or Uber Eats or DoorDash, etc. And on the other, you have a restaurant with its own set of applications like POS systems, menu management applications, pricing, loyalty, and so on. Our MuleSoft-based API framework sits in the middle and helps seamlessly integrate the DSPs to these restaurant applications and systems in a secured and scalable manner. This integration between DSPs and restaurant systems is non-trivial and requires quite a bit of upfront design and analysis and development work. Let's see some examples to understand what really happens behind the scenes a little bit better. Here, you can see a conceptual diagram of how a menu is pushed from the restaurant to the DSPs via the solution API framework. As you can see, MuleSoft-based solution APIs take this menu data refreshed from the corporate, along with the store location, transforms the menu object from a restaurant-specific format to a format that each of the DSPs are expecting, and it publishes the updated menu data to the DSPs in one single step or a call. The sequence diagram here shows the choreography that happens behind the scenes and how it's managed by our MuleSoft-based solution API framework. Along similar lines, this slide shows a simplified version of an order process flow, wherein the DSP submits the order to a restaurant. The order is brokered by our MuleSoft-based solution APIs, which validate the order in terms of data quality and completeness, transform the order to a format that the restaurant applications are expecting, and push the order to the restaurant order management system. The solution APIs are also providing a status update on the order progress back to the DSP, and once the order is ready, it can be picked up by the delivery staff for final delivery. The sequence diagram here once again shows you the complex choreography that happens in the background between the DSP and the restaurant system via our solution APIs. Now that we have developed some level of understanding around the API-based solution framework that we've developed and how it orchestrates the flow of information between DSPs and restaurants in the background, let's also review some of the manual touchpoints that occur on a daily basis at a restaurant level. If you walk into most of the restaurants today, you will notice that the restaurants have one or more tablets plugged in somewhere around the front desk area. These tablets are provided by the DSPs or the delivery service providers for each of the restaurant locations. When an order is submitted by a DSP, a restaurant associate must respond within a certain time limit, which is usually around 45 to 60 seconds before the order is lost. After accepting the order, the restaurant associate must enter all the order details in the POS system to initiate the request to the kitchen to fulfill the order. The order acknowledgement and order updates are sent back to the DSP, and once the order is ready or is fulfilled, the driver arrives to pick up the order and deliver it to the customers. As you would have noticed, this setup leads to quite a few challenges for the restaurants. To begin with, a restaurant typically has to manage multiple DSP tablets, usually one per DSP, and has to monitor number of DSP tablets for different incoming orders. Then, a restaurant associate has to manually enter and maintain the store status, which is if the store is open or the store is closed, with these DSP provided tablets. The restaurant associate also has to manually enter and maintain the menu with the DSP provided tablets. Finally, for each and every order received from the DSP end, the restaurant associate has to manually enter these orders into the restaurant POS systems. And this manual overhead only increases and complicates the tasks as the restaurant onboards additional delivery service providers and can lead to lost orders and lost revenues for the restaurant. Capgemini's food delivery in a box solution helps alleviate these pain points and challenges for restaurant operators by providing out-of-the-box capabilities and functionalities. For example, it offers pre-built APIs for integrating with some of the most common DSPs like Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Deliveroo, etc. And this list is only growing. It also offers pre-built connectors to common restaurant POS and menu data management systems. It delivers a pre-built universal DSP UI or a tablet to manage multiple DSPs from a single master tablet, something along the lines of a universal remote control that we all are familiar with. The solution also offers standard DSP onboarding process and management services, along with standard restaurant onboarding process and management services. Since the solution is based on an API-led integration architecture, it's easy to extend and implement. The solution relies more on configurations than coding and can thus easily accommodate rollouts to newer DSPs and or addition of newer store locations and geographies. To help you visualize the design a little bit better, this view provides you an API design view for menu integration. And this view provides you an API design view for order integration with Uber Eats and Grubhub. From a project execution acceleration perspective, as you would expect, since bulk of the integration grunt work is already pre-packaged in solution, the effort required for upfront analysis and design work, as well as the continuous development and testing, is reduced by almost half when customers use our solution. The solution therefore reduces execution and financial risk for our customers and provides them a predictable outcome in terms of extensibility and scalability. From an adoption standpoint, the solution offers a low point of entry for our customers in terms of investment. Between the MuleSoft base subscription and around 8 to 12 weeks of time to go live from a project delivery perspective, the solution provides our customers the ability to open up additional revenue channels for their business by integrating with the delivery service providers of their choice. With that, I would like to thank you all for your time today. I hope you found the content presented valuable in some ways. If you have any further questions or need any further clarifications, please contact any of the channels mentioned in this page below. Thanks again for your time today. Bye now.